Hey again, guys. So it's Saturday night. I am actually going to venture out. Haven't got to go out too often. And before I go out on a Saturday night, do you know what I like to do? I like to look at some baseball cards. I have a few rare cards to show you now. And I have some beauties I'm going to be showing you coming up. Some real rare cards, all time greats, some real nice stuff. So stay tuned. So we're going to start off with one of the very first Cuban players ever to play in Major League Baseball. He played for a short stint, had to play in the Negro Leagues, and then he ended up playing in Scranton, Pennsylvania, and that is Rafael Almeida. And this is from the T207 set. This is a really tough card. Really tough card. This one has no advertising on the back. My Buck Weaver is the same way. Most of them are little recruit. This one has a little crease, but this card is so hard to find. There is a beautiful one on eBay right now, but they're asking like $9,500 for it. And I don't pay that kind of money for a baseball card. Maybe someday I will. But this is a tough one of the tougher ones in the set. It's a low pop. And we have another rare card. I showed you some of my, I've been showing you my 1926 Spaldings, right? And I have here a guy named Wally Pipp. And he is most known as being the guy that Lou Gehrig replaced at first base. But Wally Pipp was a good player in his own right, and he was a power hitter. Wally Pipp, and I have another really cool Wally Pipp. This is a low pop card, by the way, and this is hard to find too. And this is a 1916 Ferguson Bakery pennant. I showed you guys my at a Buck Weaver and a Honus Wagner that I've shown you in the past. This is a Wally Pipp one. It's a really cool looking one. These are just blank on the back. They're kind of like the 1914 blankets. These pennants, though, they're actually kind of cooler. They have a photo, in them. And I think that makes them nicer. And this is a tough set too, the 1933 DeLong, and one of my favorites. And this, to me, may be the best looking card in the set. And this is he's not a Hall of Famer, but he was a better player. One of the better players of that era that's not in the Hall of Fame, and that's Jimmy Dykes. It's a really nice card. It's a 1.5, but it's a good looking card. And these are very tough to find in high grade. And I don't know, I picked this up on a whim. Bill Melton. It's a really cool 1972 in action of him. And guy I got this from sent me this Larry Boa 1979 Hostess, and I actually don't have it. So that's the 79 Hostesses are kind of tough. Most of the time you find them really not cut well. I don't know if they were a little tighter that year, but they're kind of tough to find, especially cut straight for some reason. I don't know why, but that's my experience. And we'll finish off with a football card, a really cool set. These cards resemble the 1955 Bowman baseball, and that is the 1966 Topps, and that's Otis Taylor there. Been wanting to pick this one up for a long time. Now, I've had a lot of comments that you guys want to see me whack myself with my nunchucks, I get a lot of people asking if I ever hit myself in the groin. And I have to tell you, that's the only place I haven't hit myself. But I really like my groin, and I'm extra protective of it. But I've whacked my elbow, my head, my knees, and a lot of the moves I've just, I'm regressing. Baseball cards and nunchucks. What can I say? I grew up in the country, and I'm not proud of this, but we started chewing tobacco in the third grade, and it was side chew because we were hang out with the farmers, and all the old farm guys had Mel Pouch and Red Man and Levi Garrett, and I put a side chew in, put on some Billy Squier on my boom box, and I'd go out there and I'd practice my nunchucks for hours on end. Like I said, I grew up in the country. We played ball, but I was an only child, so I had to entertain myself. So it's funny because I'm learning some new moves, and I'm just like videoing them as I learn them. I'm practicing, so I'm videoing the practice. So I whacked myself a couple times really good. So for those of you who want to be entertained by watching me whack myself in the joints, and who have requested some bloopers, I'll show you those now. So stay tuned for some of my upcoming videos. I got some really nice stuff to show you. Thanks for watching.